try to outdistance the damage. And away we go! Here we go! We are moving into King's Row with Cameron Crew versus Exquisite Mouthfeel. Exquisite Mouthfeel is going to be on the blue team, which consists of Classified, Wee Wee, Aw Tits, Diamond, Phoenix, and Bonsai. Are you telling me that we really have Exquisite Mouthfeel, and on that team we have Wee Wee and Aw Tits?
I'm not even... There's so many caster name traps in that lineup of names. Like, there's so many ways autist could be, like, said wrong, like, just there, for instance. That could just be disastrous. So, I'm just gonna be as careful as I can around Exquisite Mouthfeel's naming selection when I actually get into the thick of things. So, let's go into this in a little bit more detail. First of all, we should probably mention how, people are returning members. We've seen people like Galaxy 42, Crusher, Harvey Don't. Classified is a previous winner of Minutemen events, and he's rated fairly highly. He's about 4-point-something K MMR, if I'm not mistaken, so he is someone that you're going to have to keep an eye on. He has pulled some pretty good plays out in the past. I remember he's done some wicked good sleep darts on people. He's also done some pretty whiffy sleep darts, too. I remember there was this one sleep dart that whiffed a Reinhardt trying to charge in, and it got killed like 2 teammates, but that aside, that Anna is probably going to be someone who is going to get focused down, if not immediately from Cameron and crew knowing who he is. He's going to get focused down once they realize how good he is.
Well, yeah, but that's the thing. Whenever you're a good Anna, part of you kind of wants to be focused, because then you can use like the stun darts and stuff like that effectively. Trying to nail those like cross-map stun darts is hard. But whenever you've got somebody that's gunning after you and knows and wants to kill you, then all you have to do is just hold it and wait for them to get close and just nail the shot.
Nothing really too surprising in compositions, everything's fairly standard. No Lucio being deployed by Exquisite Mouthfeel. They are on defense, so they don't need as much movement speed. They can opt for Zenyatta instead, who can buff their damage instead. Wee Wee will take out Crusher 69 out of the Meg and to death. No use of the hotel flank immediately here by Cameron Crew. Surprising, don't you think, Matrim?
Well, I think it's just because the fact that Exquisite Mouthfeel was so backed up. Like, they were holding all the way back. Classified was going forward into the choke point up here, right next to the bus, and was like getting some scouting, but immediately retreated. If they want to reposition, I could see that they might take the roundabout, but they're all running. They have a high amount of tanks, so what they're wanting to try to do is, it seems like they're wanting to use Harvey Don't shield, and then they're wanting No Lag to pull off a hook just like that and try to get some damage in on them. They're trying to use Roadhog as more of a poke tool rather than like a pick tool right now. Is what it looks like.
Generate ultimate charge as well, which is nice, and then they can use that to try and go for the wham bam. Thank you, man. Combination like this. Rapture X is going to pop the tactical visor, although this is the power of D.Va being able to shut off most of the damage, and he will go down to the enemy soldier. And now Diamond's going to pop his tactical visor. We'll find 2 kills with tac visor. Make that 3. Takes out Waku Boys, almost trying to find 4. Yes, he will. That is an official quadra kill off of the tac visor. Great use of defense matrix by Banzai to stuff Rapture X's tactical visor.
Yeah, I mean, it was just... That's the strength of D.Va right now, is whenever she gets on you, if she just does the right click, she just throws defense matrix on you, there's not much that you can do. You either have to retreat, pray your supports can keep you alive, or just try to reposition, run through her. I've seen some soldiers attempt to do that, which is kind of makes you a sacrificial lamb, but at that point, there's the risk. You're not going to do damage either way, and you're probably going to die either way, so maybe just try to push through it and see what you can do.
Diamond is going to get pulled, although nice use of defense matrix once again is going to stop him from being killed by the scrap cannon. Banzai is going to take out the mech form of D.Va, and Crusher 69's Zero Suit form will be taken out by Zenyatta orbs to the face because he gets Phoenix. Galaxy 42 meanwhile is going to find all tits. Diamond picks up Rapture X. Sound barrier will be used by Galaxy. Good Earth Shatter there by Harvey. Waku Boy's going to pick up Diamond. Diamond picks up in Rapture X. Good. There's Transcendence finally deployed by Phoenix, covering the rest of his team. There's only 3 people left, but it won't be good against the Destruct, which won't find anyone. The boosted D.Va, I don't believe found anyone either. And that is an unfortunate positioning of that self-destruct by Banzai. It won't really find anyone. It's literally hemmed into a box by the Reinhardt shield. This push is looking more and more in favor of Cameron Crew as this goes on, unless Ortiz has something to say about it.
Yeah, it looked like it was a very effective... Oh, actually, it looks like they're pushing everybody back. Everybody's back away from Ortiz's... He threw out his ultimate and started pushing everybody off of the point. So now we've got Wee Wee back with the shield to try to protect Ortiz, to let him get some health back. And we have Soldier that's repositioning Diamond all the way coming back behind. Oh, and gets picked by
Beautiful.
So now that's going to be the call for Exquisite's Mouthfeel to have to retreat. They just don't have the numbers to go with. Well, apparently we thinks elsewise. Nano boosted and going all the way in after it. They are relying on Banzai to give them the defense, keep them alive going in on this.
What's that song, Matchum? It's the fight that never ends. It goes on, my friends, because that's what we just saw right there. And finally, Cameron and Crew able to get the push, although not as efficiently as they would have wanted to. They could have had, upwards of 5 minutes if they got it on that first push. But we did see Exquisite Mouthfeel rush back into the point and delay it for a decent bit. So now that we just shy of 3 minutes available for Cameron and Crew to actually play with here, pushing into the street section.
Yeah, I don't. This is kind of like a mixed feel for me. Like, whenever Exquisite Mouthfeel kept going back in, sure they managed to buy some time off the clock, but they
like going hard.
They surrendered so much of the street space. Like, look, we have right now, Cameron Crew is pushing all the way through all of the street space right now. Well, except for No Lag, they got pulled all the way through the street space.
That's unfortunate.
But usually you want to use these corners to try to provide a further stall. With their constant running in over and over and over again, they lost so much position.
Nice self-destruct. Got used it after being pulled. He's going to take out one person, or specifically Banzai will take out Harvey Don't. Diamond is in possession of attack visor. Self-destruct will be used by Banzai. He's going to find 3! Kobe down the street. Diamond picks up 4 using the tag visor. And finally, the momentum of Cameron Crew we stalled courtesy of Exquisite Mouthfeel's defense. Going to be stalled at a decent part of Street Phase 2 to actually defend, because they're going to be able to sit back and force all of the enemies down the choke or through one of the 2 side flanks to where they could be picked off by the Roadhog being piloted by Ortiz if they're not careful, unless they sit behind a Reinhardt shield, and then that's a Reinhardt not going down the middle.
That was just a beautiful ult by Banzai. Like, saw the fight going up, you saw Cameron Crew started retreating, and threw it all the way into the retreat path where they didn't have anywhere else to go, so they just had to just walk right through it. All 3 people saw it, and there was just absolutely nothing to do. That's the way you want to use the D.Va ult. Position it exactly where there are no options left.
Earthshadow was used there by Harviden. We'll find 3 targets. Ortiz was put to sleep, and now 2 buff people at the same time. A boosted Soldier on the side of Cameron and Crew, and a boosted Banzai on the side of Exquisite Mouthfeel. Both are going to create space with their ultimates respectively. Ratch is going to find 3 kills though. Banzai only finds the single, but Banzai holding out like a trooper, trying to keep people off of the car, or at least delay the car for the longest period of time, to allow the rest of Cameron and Crew to try and rush back in, or is it Exquisite Mouthfeel to rush back in if they can. Cameron and Crew are pushing though with a full stock of troop bar 1, so this is going to reach the checkpoint before the rest of Exquisite Mouthfeel can arrive. Looks like they opted to instead fall back, don't try and push up and potentially get killed, and prep the defense for actually defending the Onyx slumps.
That was a much smarter decision at the time. Like, Wee was in a position where he could have charged in and tried to contest, but it would have just been his instant death. This way you can see now they've managed to get a little bit more control until No Lag got the pick off. But right now they have
nice
to they have 1 minute and 35 seconds, so they just have to survive, and this is their corner of the map where their next is spawned. Don't take gambles.
Swing and okay, hits 1, not a miss. We'll find Phoenix. Nice use of the ultimate there by Crusher 69 to create space for the rest of his team as well. Unfortunately, they weren't there to immediately follow up though.
Yeah, this is going to be the point where their tanks are really going to do them a lot of justice. Banzai has been doing a phenomenal job at staying alive for long periods of time and being really annoying and forcing retreats. You can see right now, he's just been fighting this whole time right up in their face. Finally getting the D.Va mech taken out.
The Transcendence, though. Beautiful Transcendence. Cuts off any chance of Rapture picking up a kill. Actually, he found one, surprisingly, onto Diamond. Maybe he wasn't in range of the Transcendence or behind some kind of line of sight obstructing object. Wee going into the entirety of Cameron Crew's backline, forcing out the Sonic barrier by Galaxy 42. And with the extra layer of skin on them, they're going to be able to start to push. They will find 2 kills as a team, and possible kill by Banzai. He's going to find 1 with the self-destruct. We'll find Galaxy 42, but his ultimate has been used. So not the biggest loss in the world. Yeah, absolutely agree.
And so right now they're at 20 seconds left. They're at a spawn disadvantage. They're at a spawn advantage, but they have to keep coming in and keep getting hit. All they're trying to do is buy those couple of kills so that way the rest of their team can come in
Diamond
and win
on
this fight.
That's the ultimate delaying character. If you need to stall, literally freeze out the car by using Mei, and Diamond was able to stop himself getting killed by the self-destruct and is now going to be able to start freezing people. And because of this, it looks like Exquisite Mouthfeel is going to be able to stop the car just shy of getting the full 3 points.
Yep, that was... I don't know who to give my vote to on that one, but Banzai was buying
That was close.
Tons of time. There were several points where just Banzai by themselves by herself was buying what, maybe 15, 20 seconds here, another 15 or 20 seconds here. That very last section, it was just Banzai, and in the very far back, you had Classified on Ana that was just pumping full of shots, just over and over from, I would take maybe 30, 40 meters away, all the way back at spawn point, so that way Classified's Ana could stay safe, and Banzai could, is it Banzai or Banzai? Banzai?
I go Banzai. Banzai.
Was just on the cart, fighting, doing everything. Like you saw that whenever she did that last ultimate, it was just placing it back so that way they didn't have a retreat path. So as more of Exquisite Mouthfeel spawned, they were forced to stay and fight. So that's what bought them right there. That was probably 3 or 4 phenomenal plays by Classified and Banzai to get that last little hold there. And that, oh gosh, that was just beautiful to watch.
And now, because of that really, really close use of defense, sorry, not only defense, really close use of ultimate blocking as well. We saw Banzai use, for instance, the defense matrix to obstruct the soldier ult. That's going to stop the cart from getting the full 3 points, and will give them and the rest of Exquisite Mouthfeel a bit of leeway if they actually get this full push, because if they push all the way, they win. If it was a full 3-pointer and then they pushed, they would have then had to have done another round of attack defense, pushing the payload, getting as far as they could, or even getting on the first point like we're going to see here. So, in a way, that's somewhat fortunate for them, the fact that it didn't get on. It's actually really fortunate for them, because yes, they'll have to technically push all the way. If they get there, it's a guaranteed win.
See, I don't know what to make of Exquisite Mouthfeel's team comp. They're running 2 snipers right now, where they're running Widowmaker and Ana, with Genji. So we have 2 people hanging really far back, somebody that wants to go in, with 2 tanks and a Lucio. It's like half their team wants to do one thing and the other half of their team wants to do another. It makes it feel like they're going to be kind of displaced in several different locations.
And it looks like it's going to be Cameron Crew opting for a bit more of a high-up defense. They're going to keep the D.Va up top to try and keep Banzai back, who also went up high. And now Exquisite Mouthfeel are going to be on the point, going to get the first chevron nice and complete. Although, 3 kills in retaliation by Cameron Crew, making that 4 as Harvey Dote charges into Phoenix. And that is going to be a 5th kill as Galaxy will pick up his opposing supports. So far, decent defense there by Cameron Crew. Exquisite Mouthfeel, though, will get 1 chevron in their favor.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I was talking about. You saw the fact that it took a second. Oh, okay, now we have Diamond switched over the Roadhog. This will make the comp make a little bit more sense. With the Widowmaker and the Ana hanging so far back, they just, right as soon as they went around that corner to try to capture point A, there just weren't enough people that were there.
And Hotel is going to be mainly under control of Exquisite Mouthfeel. That Hotel is a really nice way of getting around the Reinhardt barrier stone wall, essentially, that can sometimes be King's Row. Even if you flank around the statue of Mondada, Reinhardt is still going to be facing you. Like we get a pick onto Phoenix, and he's looking for more, but he will go into the defensive matrix eyes of Banzai. Now, speaking of flanks, these teams, for the most part, apart from one time, I haven't seen anyone really use the Hotel flank. Maybe they could exploit that a bit more, but I mean, so far, these Roadhog hooks have been serving both teams pretty darn well. Although, look at the ultimate economy match room. All ultimates in favor of Cameron Crew. They could just completely stuff a push if they want to here, if they don't muck it up.
And there it starts right there. Harvey Don't nailed a great Earth Shatter to get it going, and then Crusher follows it up. It's just a massacre. But we still have Nano Boost, and we have Roadhog, both holding on to their ultimates right now. So that on the other team, we have Wee Wee's Reinhardt has Earth Shatter, and Classified has Nano Boost. So, and we just finally had Banzai get the D.Va bomb. So right now, we didn't even lose that much an ult economy just with that massacre that they had. They're having to walk back into another really disadvantaged fight.
So, going into this next engagement, there is going to be ultimates in favor of Cameron Crew, although a good Earth Shadow there by Wee Wee sets up Banzai's triple kill off the self-destruct, and now a boosted ult hits using a tactical visor is going to try and mop up the rest of Cameron Crew, which it will. Exquisite Mouthfeel are going to get an authoritative push, and that is going to be a firm capture. Minute 20 left on the clock before capture. How much will they have after? Survey says 3 minutes and 45.
Well, I guess that's the way to do it. If you're really kind of concerned about ult economy, just go in with D.Va and just murder everybody with her above. I mean, again, another phenomenal Banzai freaking ultimate. I mean, I don't know how many times that we can see them pushing in and the D.Va ult falling in just the right spot to not give them an escape route, or having to choose between trying to get a pick, dying, or just completely surrendering and going and hiding in a corner and getting kicked off by the rest of the team. It's just perfect positioning over and over and over again.
Speaking of picks, Harvey Dent getting hooked into the entirety of Exquisite Mouthfield's backline and will die to Classified. Ultimate advantage is in the way of Cameron Crew. Once again, they've got almost a full stockade of ultimates at their disposal, minus Crush, who just blew his. Banzai is dangerously close to losing his mech if he's not careful. He really needs to be alive here because he's just about to get self-destruct, and he's going to be able to use that right here, right now. Once he gets that, to clear space for his team to keep pushing. No lag is going to pick up Diamond after Diamond picks up Crusher 69. Although, Harvey Don't just have Earthshatter is going to find 2 targets in the back line, but there's the ultimate I mentioned before, clearing space. Ortiz using the boosted attack fire is going to find 1 kill before getting taken out by Rupture X. Good sound barrier there by Phoenix is going to prevent most of the damage from the opposing Rupture X tactical visor. And now this is turning into an all-out brawl on the cart with Banzai once again having to last man stand this for as long as he can. It would have been better if he got out of there and not died for the cause, but, you know, what can you do with multiple enemy people around who can CC you? So that is going to be the momentum of the cart finally stopped, and Cameron and crew can actually get some defenses fortified around the cart.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been great for Banzai to make it out, but it's just, D.Va has such a big hitbox. To turn around and try to run from Roadhog whenever he has hooked up, that's just, no tomato, you're going to die. It's just a matter of, do you want to stay and fight before you go down, or wait, we got a D.Va bomb going in, and beautiful get picked up.
That was nice. I like that.
That was just a really smooth, just slid it down like a bowling ball going down a lane, and now they're just chasing down a couple of kills. We are going to have, it looks like, Odsitz is going to make it all the way back over to spawn, but he had to retreat all the way back through both turns, waiting for the rest of his team to come back. That was just a very, I guess that's the name of, that's what this whole game is going to be revolving around, as it seems, is who can nail the prettier D.Va ult, and who's going to get play of the game based off of it, because we've seen so many good D.Va ults over and over again.
It looks like Rapture X is going to be setting himself up on the high ground here, try and get behind the Reinhardt shield. Up goes Banzai without using the thrusters. He got caught in the middle of 2 charging Reinhardts. A Roadhog ultimate being used by Diamond is trying to find people, but only a bit of it got eaten by the D.Va defense matrix. Now the ultimate will be deployed not only by Banzai, but it will be by Rapture X as well. He's going to get boosted. Wee gets boosted by his Ana as well. And this is going to be not a lot of kills immediately. Earthshatter is going to find 2 targets. Banzai will pick up the kill onto Rapture X, get the final blow. Crystal 69 and Galaxy 42 are on the cart, or at least for the most part. Well, Galaxy isn't anymore. He just got hammered to death. And Crusher 69 trying to delay for as much as he can. But now Exquisite Mouthfeel finally have wrested control from Cameron and crew. And they're going to get to the next checkpoint with 30 seconds left on the clock. How much will they have when they get it to the point? 2 minutes.
That means it's going to be a close game. They're going to have, what, roughly 4 strong fights if everybody dies and they have to respawn. So they're going to have to be very careful about how they progress from here. Because, again, we have pretty similar ultimates on both sides. We have No Lag and Harvey don't having ult on one side, and Odsitz and Phoenix having it on the other. So it's just going to come down to positioning, and if one of these Roadhogs can get the pick. Oh, and as I say that, we get Diamond getting picked up, but manages to make it back out.
Oh! Quintuple Earth Shatter! Which will immediately be followed up by a very nice use of the self-destruct. Seems to be a bit of a theme here. Pressure 69 finds a few. Banzai falls into the endless pits of the Omnic slums, and Rapture X picks up Wee. Just as quickly as the momentum got rolling, that rolling ball just got completely demolished by Cameron and crew. God damn, that was pretty.
But now we've got Diamond that just used his ultimate, and on the other side, wow, we still have Classified, Odsitz, and Phoenix that still have their ults, but Diamond's already gotten picked off by Rupture. But we do have the Lucio coming out from Cameron and crew, which means that that's going to be easy for Exquisite Mouthfeel just to walk off. I don't know if that was an effective use. Are they just trying to buy time? There's only 40 seconds left on the clock. That just means that now all that Cameron crew has is Nano Boost and the Soldier. That's their ultimates. Whereas on the other side, we've got, whenever Odsitz comes back in, we'll have Phoenix, and again, we'll still have the Nano Boost up, and Wee is getting real close to having his ultimate. This could be a real bloodbath for this last 20 seconds, because this last fight's going to be it. This is going to be the deciding factor.
Yeah, you mentioned how they only had a good 4 pushes left. They're on their final push, and after that, it's going to be overtime scramble if there is even one. Exquisite Mouthfeel are going to engage this fight with the use of the self-destruct. It will find Galaxy. That's very unfortunate. He maybe could have helped them with the speed boost, and because of that, Sound Barrier is going to be used by Phoenix. A boosted, I believe that was Soldier 76 is going to get pulled, and now Ortiz is going to pop his tactical visor, and he's going to try and find some kills. Banzai's going to find Harvey, though. This is turning into a sustained fight. Who can stay on the point for the longest? Self-destruct will be used. He's going to find Phoenix. A bit of a theme here with Lucius getting taken out by D.Va Ultimate, but this fight is going to go in majority favor of Exquisite Mouthfeel. They're going to stop pushing. No Lag and Galaxy 42 are in position to try and hold here.
That last fight was very long. This is going to stagger out all of the deaths. They're going to walk this card in because it's just going to be one at a time walking in on here.
Oh, that is unfortunate. When the Lucius not there, the speed boost, because he was, like you mentioned, the staggered deaths, they weren't able to get on the court by literal, like, a meter, if that. That is going to be gut-wrenching for Cameron and crew.
Just 3 people were just like throwing their bodies onto it. Like if there was like a dive button in this game, they could have made it. They just need to get like a hand out and stretch to get in the area to stall the cart. Oh, that's such feels. Oh, and Crusher 69 with the play of the game. Which D.Va ult is it going to be?
Yeah, and, which D.Va ult is a rather good way to put it, because this was very much a game of D.Va ults. Beautiful quintuple Earth Shatter into essentially just fire in the hole strat. It's just kick the door and then throw a grenade. And there were so many good D.Va ultimates being used on both sides on top of the other tank ultimates. I'm starting to wonder, random side question.